All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today is Saturday, so it's time to update the channel's 2022 10K to 100K challenge. So if you're not familiar with the challenge, you can jump in right now and we will catch you up in this video. We're going to be doing this all year and beyond. So this is a 2022 challenge, but I expect it to last even longer than that. I will do some explaining of exactly what we're doing in this video. In addition to that, I will put a link below to an explainer video. If you want more details on what we're doing on the 10K challenge, you can go to the Discord. There'll be a link to our Discord in the pinned comment. Basically, I'll do a minute just summarizing, and I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit different. I have a little bit of a cold. We started on January 1st with a new account with $10,000 in it. And we have several goals. The first goal is we want to make money in that account. The second goal is, and this is an important one, we want to beat all the major indexes and other classic investment types. Our ultimate goal, the finish line, is to get this account from $10,000 to $100,000. I want to remind everybody, we do not do high risk, high reward trades. I analyze risk reward, and I try to find value stocks that have good reward potential and minimal risk potential. So this is not a get rich quick, get to $100,000 or bust scenario. We are looking to make money one way or the other on this challenge, and we're going to let you follow along and keep you updated every week on how we're doing. We'll be doing weekly updates, but at least once a month we will compare ourselves to the indexes and the precious metals and the cryptocurrencies that we're competing against. Picked the top 2 precious metals, I picked the top 2 cryptos, and I've picked all 4 indexes, and we're going to compare ourselves to those. It is our goal. We will consider that we did not pass this challenge if we don't beat every single one of these by the end of the year. Here's a summary of these through the first 2 weeks of 2022 and in ranking order of how they've done. So the first 2 weeks have been pretty tough across the board. So surprisingly, actually, gold has done the best. It's down 0.6%. The Dow is the second best, and that tends to be the most stable out of all of the indexes, but it's down over 1%. You can see once you get to the indexes, the S&P is down over 2%, the Russell's down almost 3.7%, and the Nasdaq's down 4.8%. This is in the first 2 weeks of the year. So these 2 weeks have been rough. Now, all of these indexes have been trading relatively close to their all-time highs. So, as it happens, the first couple of weeks of the year are a pullback. We'll see if that trend continues and if 2022 is going to be a rough one or if they can make a rebound. Either way, what we need to do is beat all of these. You'll see what's even had a tougher time is the cryptocurrencies. So, Bitcoin is down almost 6.5% on the year so far in January, and Ethereum's down over 10% so far in January. For those of you familiar with the channel, you will know that I invest heavily in Bitcoin mining companies. So while they do not dominate my portfolio in this 10K challenge, they are very fairly represented. So as Bitcoin lags, so do the Bitcoin miners. Okay, so let's take a look at how we are doing in the challenge. So like I said, we started 2 weeks ago. January 3rd was the first trading day of the year. I didn't make any trades on that day. I started trading on January 4th. So at the opening of January 4th, we had $10,000 in cash and no investments. So we're now 2 weeks into investing. So the net account value right now is $9,708.57. So one of the things I talked about at the beginning of this challenge was I am not going to just dump all 10,000 of this in there in the first day or the first week. I'm looking for good buying opportunities. I have a very long watch list of stocks that I follow. I have about 50 that I follow very closely. I have about 6 or 7 that I consider the best buying opportunities at the moment. So I'm looking to average into those in addition to the ones that I have already purchased. And this portfolio is no different than your portfolio and every portfolio. So we will be keeping some amount of cash on the sidelines. Now let's take a look at how our portfolio, our 10K to 100K challenge is doing versus all the rest of the assets and indexes that we just talked about. So here's the same list that we looked at earlier in ranking order. So you'll see at the moment, we're kind of right in the middle. We're down 2.9% on the portfolio in the first 2 weeks. Again, I like to stress, I'm looking for low risk, high reward opportunities. I am not looking to get super risky and, double up or bust here early on. So I know at least that I cannot pick the absolute bottom. So I will be averaging into these stocks if they continue to go down, and some of them will continue to go down because, like I said, I can't predict the exact bottom. So there's stocks I have not even started to buy into yet, and there are several stocks that I have already bought into that if they go down more, I will continue to average into, unless, of course, something changes fundamentally with those companies. So we're in the middle of the pack right now. We want to quickly get to the top of the pack. At the moment, the biggest thing bringing us down, we're down 2.9%. Bitcoin is down almost 6.5%. And when you see the portfolio, you'll see I have a lot of Bitcoin miners. So that's been a little bit of a drag, but I'm okay with that. I'm actually very excited about it because I think all these numbers are a phenomenal buying opportunity. So I do believe over the course of the year, those will be my best performers. So if we got to take a step backwards in order to take 20 forwards by the end of the year, I'm just fine with that. So this week, I'm actually going to show you all the positions that I hold. I now hold 8 stocks and a total of 10 positions because I do have 2 options positions. So we'll go through that. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more in-depth look at what we're doing on the challenge. In last week's video, I introduced to you 7 of these positions because I entered positions in 7 companies last week. So this week, I opened position in an 8th company, and in addition to that, I have options on 2 of the companies that I already owned. So I just want to go through that. I just want to summarize the changes of what we did. So you'll see the new company that I bought into this week that was not previously on the list is Curiosity. I'm very excited about all these stocks, just so that you guys know. Most of these are a buy and hold for me, and I may hold them for years. Some of these I just think have big opportunities in the short term. So again, Curiosity is the new one, so you can watch that video. And in addition to that, when I had made last week's list, I had not yet done a video on Nano Dimension. So I now have a video on that, so you can check out my video on that as well if you're interested in a deep dive on Nano Dimension. So for those of you familiar with the channel, you may have seen these videos. For those of you not familiar with the channel, I do a little bit of a deeper dive, I think, than the standard issue video when I introduce a new stock. So check those out if you want to. I've then added some options to this list. So you'll see the second item on the list is a Bitfarm May 20th option at a strike point of $7.50. When I buy options, I try to keep at least 2 months, if not 4 or 6 months of time on these options because it is just too hard to predict in the very short term what's going to happen. I will tell you guys, I did make an extremely short-term trade. There was an opportunity that presented itself that I had an extremely high level of confidence in. So I did that. I bought a 1-week option on Monday. I think I sold it on Wednesday. If you want more information about that, I'm disclosing all those detailed trades on some of the upgraded levels in the Discord. So again, there's a link to the Discord below, and you guys can check that out if you want to. And I will tell you, when I do that, I put very little money at risk. I'm not going to put $1,000 or at this point what would be 10% of the portfolio at risk on a short-term trade, no matter what my level of conviction is in it. So I can tell you I took a trade and turned $100 into about $390. I got in, I got out, made a few dollars, and those opportunities will present themselves without having to put too much money at risk. So I'm just trying to give you guys some insight on how I'm going to be trading inside of this challenge. That is not my main way to make money in this challenge. My main way is the list you're looking at right here. These stocks, along with these few options, I believe, have significant upside in the next year, and some of them well beyond that. So the other option that I bought was on CleanSpark, which is another Bitcoin mining company. This one is a May 18th expiration, which is only 2 months from now. I believe that is as short as you will ever see me buy an option. For me, I consider that very short term. However, for those of you who watch my channel, you know that I have an extremely high conviction in Bitcoin, and I do think the next couple of months are going to look good for Bitcoin. So that one is a little bit more of a risk than the rest of the portfolio, but I have some confidence in that. And I will tell you, when I buy these 2-month type of options, They're some of the best option trades I've ever made, but they're also some of the worst. Because of the fact that there's only 2 months on them, they are much higher risk. I will stop out of this if it's down 50%. So I try to quantify my losses. I don't believe that's going to happen. I think CleanSpark is bouncing off of its lows right now, but only time will tell. So this is the 8 stocks and 10 total positions that I currently hold in the 10K challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you would be so kind, and leave any comments below on stocks that you think I should be looking at, or any other thoughts that you may have. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.